I finally caved in and bought the DJI Air 3S. Today I'm going to try and justify the decision. Think of it like therapy. I have really been enjoying flying it. For the first time experimenting with the 70mm lens. I really enjoyed the reveal shots behind buildings. And also when you fly past something out of focus in the foreground. And you get shots of wildlife and you don't disturb them. And then afterwards, going in with the main camera. Of course, a couple of weeks after buying, the DJI Mavic 4 Pro is then released. Yet another expensive gadget we're told to buy. The threat of potential divorce from overspending on yet another expensive man toy. On the other hand, the Mavic 4 Pro has an infinity gimbal. It spins in a circle. It is difficult when new drones come out with the pressure from social media. You see it everywhere these days. And I've got to say, I'm slightly disappointed with some of the reviews comparing the Air 3S to the Mavic 4 Pro. Imagine a video game, drone shill. It's kind of like Fallout, except instead of super mutants, we have gear reviewers.
Traveller, my beginner cheat sheet has a 50% offer on.
You play a female character who wants to just find some apples. Instead, you're confronted with NPCs who want to read off the spec sheet in front of you.
It's a fantastic drone. How do you expect to survive the wasteland without an infinity gimbal?
Really, this is how Britain is anyway, isn't it?
Buy the drone using my affiliate links, or I'll set my sister on you.
I think for me the setup of the Mini 4 Pro and the Air 3S is good. I can't see myself buying any drones in the nearby future. Of course, I'm sure the Mini 5 Pro will be great, but really having the 1-inch sensor on the Air 3S and then having the Mini 4 Pro for convenience when I need to use that, I think I'm pretty covered. I think at some point you just have to make a decision and be happy with what you've got. And then always remember with drones that they're establishing shots. There are a few seconds to change locations in an overall project. Now I get it, if you're a drone specialist, you may well be wanting the latest and greatest and just treat it as a business cost. Buy the latest one, it's part of it. But as videographers, I do think most of us have to be quite sensible with our purchases. The battery life on the Air 3S. It's good, don't get me wrong. Between 30 to 35 minutes, depending on the locations. But come on, DJI, 45 minutes? The person that writes these rules, I would love to have his job. I mean, he just writes random numbers on the box, doesn't he? 45 minutes. You could watch half a game of football in that time. The way England are playing at the moment, that is a very long time. The Air 3, 46 minutes. They give you a minute of injury time. Hey, engineering nerd, what's the battery like on that drone that you're working on? Well, realistically, I'd say about 30 minutes per battery, sir, on a normal flight. Let's call it 46 minutes. People love a good round number, don't they? But 46 ain't a round number, sir. 46 minutes. It's aspirational. Anyway, chop chop, back to work. I have my second Prosecco meeting of the day. Tosser. I would just writing some notes about the latest drawing is the TOS Pro. The Mavic TOS Pro. That's the one. The DJI marketing guy, I want him to write my dating profile. I'd be 7'2". I'd turn up on a date, the girl would be like, hang on, you're 5'10" at best. In perfect walking conditions, I expand. I'm 7'2". I've done tests. When I did my Mini 4 Pro review, I can remember being knackered, most mornings actually. And coming back here, having already flown very early on, I had about 30% left in the battery. And I decided, why not? There's something about having that small light drone on your shoulder, even though it's a rubbish bag. There's something about having it on your shoulder strap and you just think, it's like using a camera. You just take a little flight. I just did a dolly zoom I edited afterwards through this gap above me here. and then got some detail shots. If I'd been out with my Air 3S that morning, I can tell you for sure I'm not going to take this shot. I mean, I could technically, but I'm going to be mentally fatigued from having a heavier drone. And I'm also going to worry about disturbing people. So yes, the Air 3S is a superior drone to the Mini series in almost every way. But there's a human aspect to your mental capacity to take off from multiple spots in one day. Making this video and thinking about the Mavic 4 Pro as well, I'm starting to realize that the Air 2S, even though the controller and the battery life kind of seems a little bit dated now, I think I'd stop flying that drone too quickly. It's got the 22mm focal length, which for flying through gaps makes it look more dramatic. It's still a solid drone now. This is the location where I had my first drone crash with the Phantom 3 Standard. I brought a groom over that I was about to have a wedding with, and I was like showing off my new drone. And it just did its own thing. It didn't have GPS signal and just flew off into the bushes over there. I managed to retrieve it. So yeah, and I actually had a friend who crashed a Phantom 3 on the actual wedding day. He flew it into the marquee. When I did my original review with the Air 3S, I filmed it with a professional drone pilot, Alex. I'm going to call him in a second actually. And we did some comparisons with the Mavic 3 Classic, which we didn't release in that video because that was more the Mini 4 Pro versus the Air 3S. It's definitely a greener image, isn't it, on the Mavic 3 Classic? But it's not a big, I mean, we've got the same white balance on both. But I think the video quality comparison is similar. There's one thing though with the Air 3S, DJI have lowered the maximum bitrate. They're claiming that we have this compression algorithm which gives us 30% smaller file sizes with lossless quality. How are you generally finding the Air 3S? Are you happy with it?
Absolutely, apart from the bitrate, which is a bit low. I used media info. I tested the bit rates on the Air 3, 3S and Mini 4. Mini 4 and the Air 3 are very similar, around 90 in 30 frames per second 4K. But the Air 3S it was 79, so it's a lot lower. 10 doesn't sound much, but it is.
Yeah. I think what they're trying to do with it is making it good enough, because they're claiming it's this compression algorithm, aren't they, that gives you to save file size.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I think when we do the zoomed in shots, it looks good enough on the Air 3S on most shots.
Most, not all. I mean,
that's it.
There's a bit of mush on the leaves, and that is just a symptom of low bitrate, yeah.
If you've got any of those examples, if you could send them over, that would be great. I think I noticed it on one shot that I did of Grosvenor Bridge where there's some wire.
Yes, I get that a lot. Yeah, I've noticed that as
and
well.
I've never really had that even on the Mini 4 Pro. Let's remember though that Alex said he is overall happy with the Air 3S and enjoys some of the stunning scenes he's captured in northern England. Some of you guys really want to believe the gear reviewers and DJI's marketing team that say the compression algorithm is lossless. But remember, Alex is using the Air 3S on almost a daily basis for his job. He's used it in far more scenarios than the early reviewers. We just want DJI to unlock the true potential of the 1-inch sensor. The only way we can do this is to put pressure on them. This happened with the Osmo Action 5. Enough people complained to DJI, so they released a firmware update to increase the maximum bitrate. So I've created a petition for DJI to do the same with the Air 3S on a firmware update. I'll link it below. Please share this video as well as the petition. I literally broke my Phantom 3 down on a cord. Imagine that, all the crashes I've had with this, and I finally destroy it in just doing some silly YouTube video. One thing I noticed, unfortunately, with the Air 3S, on the 70mm, I saw one shot and it didn't look natural to me. I'll play it now. Now, I'm overall happy with it, and the lens, it opens up new doors. It's a new challenge to rise to using that 70mm lens, so I'm very grateful for it. But it's just interesting. See this church here? To me, that doesn't look natural. It looks almost like a little model church. It doesn't look real. I guess that's just one of the limitations of this lens on a drone. It's just something a bit off about it. Anyway, it's not a reason not to get the Air 3S. It's just something to bear in mind. Maybe you go out with your drone and you allocate so many shots to the 24mm, which is probably a bit safer. It's going to look more natural on that. And most shots I'm very happy with on the 70mm. It's just this one, maybe a couple others, where it just looked a little bit like cartoony, just something looked a bit off. Anyway, today's video, I'm hoping to get a conversation, a broader conversation perhaps about comparison and how certainly I'm trying to not listen to what the algorithm is telling me to get and taking a step back. It's one of the reasons why I didn't rush out and get this early on, is I didn't want my judgment to be clouded by all the fire emojis on Instagram and all of that nonsense. I just wanted to think what my project was. Why did I need to upgrade from the Mini 4 Pro, which I was already happy with? And the reason I did was I started filming my own documentary. That was, for me, a chance to try and level up different areas of what I was doing. I think this is kind of, in terms of weight and quality, it's nearly there at the Mavic 4 Pro. It's maybe 80–85% visible anyway. I know you've got the 6K, but visible difference to the audience. This was a balance, and I think the Air series has always been a balanced series. I want to learn and level up at my own pace when I feel something's right to learn a new skill, and then when maybe I'm plateauing with that a little bit, then maybe it's the time to pick up a new piece of gear. It's almost like a video game where you unlock a new weapon or ability. You progress. But that's one of the problems with so much social media, is it's constantly telling us to get this new action camera, get this new drone, get this and that. And we all need to think of individuals. What were we shooting 6 months ago? Is this new gadget just going to overwhelm us, or have we taken on board everything we know already with our old gear, and this creates a new opportunity, a new perspective to progress? So yeah, that's what I would just advise you guys, is to look at how you were 6 months ago and see how you are now. Do you really need to get a new drone? Or maybe there might be an argument to cut down. I mean, when I finish the dock, I may even sell this. Anyway, let's close out the video with a couple more fun clips with AI of Drone Shield, the video game. And let me know which will come first, GTA 6 or Drone Shield. See you guys soon.
I don't even have electricity to charge these bloody things.